UFC 312 just took place. Dricus du Plessis took down Sean Strickland in a very dominant decision to retain his UFC middleweight championship, amongst some other good fights as well. Despite the lackluster name value on this card overall, the card did deliver. I thought it was a fun card. So stick around to hear my thoughts and my reaction to UFC 312. I'm Wyatt. This is Fight Society. Before we get into the video, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good YouTube stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content like members-only live streams and you want to support the channel even further, become a channel member via the link in the description of this video or the join button on our channel homepage. Thank you very much. Back to the video. So Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis in the main event went to a 5-round decision. Dricus du Plessis won all 5 rounds on 2 cards and 4 out of 5 on 1 judge's card. Dricus du Plessis just completely outclassed Sean Strickland. There's no other way to say it. Sean Strickland basically never got started, and Dean Thomas was really hard on Sean Strickland after the fight, saying he's not the guy he says he is and all that. And, you know, he's right. Sean Strickland says to the death to eat punches and throw jabs and some teeps. And, you know, he's right. Sean Strickland's really just not the guy that he says he is. He's not the fighter that he pitches to us. And honestly, he's gotten on my nerves for a long time. And he just started to kind of like win me back over a little bit recently. And this is the performance he gives us. Dricus du Plessis is the best fighter in the world at 185 pounds. We're going to see if that's still the case after he fights Khamzat Chimaev. But Drunk Uncle MMA, Dricus du Plessis, is literally the best fighter. Literally, if you would have told me 4 fights ago, he has 2 title defenses. If you would have told me before the Whitaker fight that he was going to be champ with 2 defenses and finish Adesanya, I would tell you you're fucking crazy. But here we are. It's Dricus du Plessis' world. He looked really, really good. Sean Strickland never got started. DDP, in their first fight, he really had to rely on at least the takedown attempts to kind of break up the rhythm of Sean Strickland's grappling. Whereas in this fight, he almost didn't have to grapple. He had 1 takedown attempt. He didn't keep it. The rest of the fight was on the feet. And so Dricus du Plessis beat Sean Strickland basically in a kickboxing fight. He looked really good. He was throwing switch head kicks and a lot of kicks to the body. He looked really quick. And yeah, he's a dominant middleweight champion. It's weird to say. It's weird to say. It went exactly as I said it would as well. I literally said word for word it was going to be a dominant decision with potentially a late round stoppage. And we almost got that with the nose break. Strickland looked like he was going to start fading fast. Now, in regard to that nose break, that shit was nasty, okay? Strickland's a dog. He literally got his nose broken. You saw it plastered across the side of his face. And he backs up, resets it. He was going like this for 2 or 3 minutes at the end of the round. I think it was the end of the 4th round. And yeah, he was bloodied up and he just never really got going. Eric Nixick was giving him a hard time. He was like, listen, you got to give it. You're losing these rounds. You got to get this one. And he just wasn't doing it. So we'll see what's next. I assume an Adesanya rematch as a fight night main event or something like that. That makes a lot of sense. Moving on from there, Weili Zhang beat Tatiana Suarez by decision. Very, very entertaining fight. Tatiana Suarez had one moment where Weili failed a throw and ended up on bottom, and she was basically on bottom. Weili was on bottom for about 2 minutes in the first round. That was basically all the success that Tatiana Suarez had. She had a disgusting cut on her knee. But for most of that fight, it was Tatiana Suarez just a step behind, looking stiff, slow, just a step behind Weili Zhang at every single point of the fight. And Weili Zhang is honestly the most entertaining female champion, unless Kayla Harrison becomes champion and goes on a dominant run, like a Rousey type of run where she just dominates her division. She would be the most entertaining female champ. But Weili Zhang, most entertaining female champ. She was really crispy on the feet. She landed a pull right hand on Tatiana Suarez that wobbled her really bad. She defended takedowns well. When her butt hit the ground, she didn't accept the position. It was good stuff. And Weili Zhang is the best women's fighter in the world, possibly the second best behind Valentina Shevchenko. And Dana White said in the post-fight press conference that it was looking like they might need to find out who the best pound for pound female fighter is. And I agree with that. I think we do Weili, Shevchenko super fight at 125 pounds next. There's Verna Jandiroba out there for Weili Zhang, but if she loses to Shevchenko, she can come back down and do that fight. That's not a fight that the fans are necessarily clamoring for. I think people would be okay with her going up to 125 for double champ status. Moving on from there, in the feature fight, this was a disgusting card. The name value on this card was terrible. We had Contender Series debutant Taliesin Teixeira. He is built like a fucking plastic bag full of pudding, but he steamrolled Justin Tafa, and Justin Tafa is now 7-5 in his career. He protested the stoppage. It was a good stoppage. Nasty elbow dropped him, a questionable downed kick / knee on the way down, but overall, Tafa was done. And Taliesin Teixeira, it could be just like the thing that we need at heavyweight. We need like a big athletic heavyweight to kind of mix it up. We can't be stuck with fucking Dante O'Mays ranked, okay? So Taliesin Teixeira, really impressive. Aside from that, Jake Matthews got a good win. And then Jimmy Crute and Adolfo Belalto went to a draw, which was kind of fair. I understand the 10-8 in the first round for Crute and then 2-3 going to Belalto. So Jimmy Crute is 0-3-2 in his last 5 fights, 3 losses, 2 draws. Pretty crazy to consider that he was 12-1. Now he's 12-4-2. So quite a bit of a slide for Jimmy Crute. And then aside from that, Ilia Toporia's brother Alexandre Topuria had a really good fight with Colby Thickness. He is Volk's teammate. Colby Thickness was putting on more like pitter-patter volume striking, and it really wasn't affecting Topuria too much. Alexandre Topuria ate a massive head kick. It literally didn't faze him at all. But then Topuria, he literally fights the exact same way as Ilia. That very patient striking where they're not putting out a whole lot of volume, but everything they throw is kill shots. He had a super sick suplex in the 3rd round, I think it was. He got a 30-27 across the board. He could be a problem. We'll see. I mean, obviously Colby Thickness, UFC debutant. We're not really sure how good he was, so Topuria could have possibly beaten a bum like his pre-UFC opponents, but I personally think that he's good. He looked really good. Like, he's literally Ilia Topuria at bantamweight. And so we'll see. Tom Nolan looked really good. Jack Jenkins got submitted by Charles Oliveira's teammate. And then kind of a funny, I mean, it's not funny because he got knocked out, but the way that Anshul Jabli before getting KO'd was saying things like this on a podcast.
कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है फर्स्ट राउंड सर्वाइव करना सेकंड राउंड में नॉकआउट मार सकता हूँ मैं सबमिट कर सकता हूँ खबीब को मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ
He also said this as well.
मैंने डॉक्टर के पास चिन मेरा पत्थर का बना है
Before he was KO'd. And to be fair, it was an early stoppage. He bounced right back up and started wrestling. But it's just, you know, the way the game goes. He says, my chin is made of stone. And then you get KO'd in the first 19 seconds of a fight. To be fair, it was an early stoppage. I'm not trying to give him a hard time about that. I'm not saying it's funny that this happened. It's just a weird coincidence. Chin made of stone, then dropped badly. So overall, guys, a really weak card. But we're bouncing back with some sick fights. We have UFC 313 coming up, UFC Mexico City, Leon and JDM in March. We're going to have a good March. We're not eating too good in February, but we're feasting in March. So I'll see you guys next time. Let me know your thoughts on UFC 312. Main event went exactly as I said it would. So I'll see you guys next time. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good YouTube stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want access to bonus content, become a channel member through the link below this video or the join button on our channel homepage. If you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, go check out my podcast, What's Up Bro, with Wyatt and Bo, linked below this video. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.